Hey Dom, this is Dave Desai. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to get into Jimin, and apparently he was mocking Oli London, and I wanted to talk about what happened and what specifically was said. I have a lot of thoughts on this. I also want to get into some people believing HYBE may be taking legal action on everything going on, and I have a lot of thoughts on this as well. So grab your dumpling tea spilling mug merch and let's jump into the tea. If you're new here and you're interested in this type of stuff, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified and to new video drops. And if you're a hater, like to be first to leave your hate comment, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell also, and you'll be first to do so. Now let's jump into it. The first thing that I want to get into is Oli London. Now Oli is non-binary, so I'm going to refer to this person using they. I think it's important to specify this, as if I do right off the bat say they, it becomes hard to understand the conversation, as I know when I hear it I'm always like, is this about two people? So Oli London is someone who has tried to imitate Jimin for the longest time. They got upwards of 15 surgeries to look like Jimin, and recently Oli got surgery to transform themselves into a Korean person and came out as transracial. Like, what the heck? You can't be transracial. That's a whole other conversation. But of course, the internet went crazy. There are many theories like Oli was doing this for clout, or the whole idea Oli even wanted to look like Jimin or even be Korean was for the shock factor and clout. Oli made themselves all the way over to the news, and people were talking about this for a long time. But I won't comment on that. I actually don't have many opinions on that. But that is just a short backstory of Oli if you're not sure who Oli is. Now, for the longest time, people were concerned over Jimin because Oli had tried to become Jimin for a long time. And Oli even married a cardboard cutout of Jimin. People started to call Oli a Sesson fan, and that they were really creepy, and even hoping that BigHit or HYBE would step in here and do something about Oli. But I have my opinion, and it may be controversial, but I always look at things objectively. This is not me defending Oli, but trying to put Oli in the correct category. Oli is no doubt a, let's say, non-traditional fan. But to my knowledge, you would not call they a Sesson fan. Sesson fans are fans that stalk their K-pop idols at the airport or find their hotel, or even cases where they break the idol's legs, and sometimes worse, leak their idol's numbers and addresses. Oli, to my knowledge, has not done anything illegal like that. Oli has done other annoying things like cultural appropriation and being creepy by photoshopping photos of themselves with Jimin, but nothing illegal. To call Oli a Sesson fan is not correct. It actually takes away from the danger, like killing, that Sesson fans do to idols, whereas I honestly don't think Oli would ruin their career by attacking Jimin and then end up in jail like some Sesson fans, or a severe lawsuit. Oli is signed to a record label, a TV star apparently, and I guess an influencer too, as Oli has several brands that they are the ambassador of. There's few Sesson fans that would be able to do all that because of the illegal stuff they do. The Sesson fan would immediately get arrested because their face would be public. So no, I don't think Oli is dangerous. Weird, maybe. That is just my opinion, but dangerous, no, not at all. I wouldn't be physically scared of Oli. People were wondering if Oli had reached this point of fame where they would be noticed by BigHit or BTS. People were mostly wondering what Jimin would think, and if Jimin would be scared for his life seeing Oli. I do think Oli is a topic of conversation occasionally, but nothing crazy, as you don't appear on TV and have so many news outlets talk about you without people taking notice. BTS are not people that live under a rock, and chances are if they open social media, whether you like it or not, Oli is on there, and we see Oli on our phones quite a bit, especially if you're in the fandom. There was a TikTok video that Oli posted. Oli was basically saying good job, and I don't know the context of this and what Oli was saying good job about, but that was the video. And Oli said joyo, which is the Korean word for I like it or great. This was all dandy, but people found out on a recent live stream that BTS did. This, I believe, was their butter celebration. Don't quote me on that, but I believe it was around this time, and they were just kind of enjoying themselves and being happy. If you have watched shows like In the Soup or even Bon Voyage, which I react to on my Patreon if you want to catch up on that and watch it with me, link down below. But you'll see in these shows, BTS will often make jokes that we may not understand unless you watch everything BTS related, or simply jokes that are inside jokes within the members. So speculation started to occur when Jimin said joyo in a alleged Western accent, and people took this as an apparent mocking of Oli London's Korean. Jimin also did the hand gesture that apparently Oli did too, which was a thumbs up, and the other members laughed along with it. People speculated that there would apparently be no reason to laugh at someone saying good job or I like it unless it was mocking. People don't doubt that BTS knows who Oli is, and maybe even a part of their day-to-day conversation, and they likely look into Oli a little bit. Therefore, this could have been Jimin's way of teasing Oli. However, I don't know if this is true. I don't think the boys pay any mind to Oli or anything like that. I think they're aware of the fact that there is a lot of smoke and mirrors online, and people often do things to make money or a career. I'm talking more generally. This idea idea that someone who does something outlandish to get views and to get attention is probably not something new to BTS, and they may not find it interesting. I do usually give no mind to these sorts of things until people tell me to cover it. I look at it as a show and entertainment, just entertainment that I find stale and boring, which is what this is, just entertainment, if you find that entertaining. That's Oli's whole shtick, trying to be shocking or entertaining. I think the other BTS members were laughing because Jimin did it in a goofy way, and he was smiling and happy while saying those words, and people just took it as Jimin being goofy. As for doing the same hand gesture, Jimin was saying, "I like it" or "good job." Of course he is going to show his thumb or do a thumbs up. That's instinctively what you do. And what were the boys supposed to do when Jimin was being goofy? Just sit there? I don't know. This is just my opinion. I don't think Jimin pays too much mind to Oli. The internet has been reeling in theories with what BigHit might do next or what HYBE might do next. There has been ongoing lawsuits from BigHit to haters and hate comments, and specifically hate comments to BTS. But as far as I know, I don't think they have been resolved, and I think they are still undergoing investigation. What is funny now is that apparently there's rumors that HYBE is taking legal action on the hate comments directed towards HYBE. I've talked about those comments, just go back to my last few videos. HYBE has not formally said anything about this, and I don't think this is happening. So if you aren't aware, HYBE has been under attack the last few days by netizens, like comments and stuff, and editorial pieces giving their opinion on what is going on. But for the most part, it's just opinions. Like when someone says HYBE is stupid and what they're doing to BTS is bad, that's an opinion. You can't sue over an opinion. Although I personally don't agree with said opinion, it is an opinion. And everyone has a different one on how they want BTS to be treated and which direction the company should move in. There were posts talking about how these comments passed a line of defamatory statements, and even people bringing up a Weverse page on what constitutes as defamatory statements, and even people sending mass emails and reports to HYBE trying to get them to take down comments and articles. However, as I said, I don't think anything that was said fits into these lines. One other big thing that a defamatory statement has to do in order for it to count as defamatory is it has to defame. There has to be physical evidence that the words that you're saying have directly impacted sales or the lives of the idols in any way. You can call me stupid, not defamatory. But if you call me stupid, state it as fact and say this is why, and for some reason that leads to my pretend bakery to go out of business and people spray painting my shop with the word stupid on there, I can sue you then. That counts as defamatory. Although I have to prove that the statement that was made about me being stupid was with the intent to take down my bakery. So if you didn't know, yes, HYBE by American law can sue the people who are sending billboard trucks outside of HYBE headquarters. If HYBE can prove the emotional distress that the billboards are causing to the idols, and even prove that the billboard trucks are a result of decrease in sales, and prove that the billboard trucks are the result of these crazy fans stalking BTS, HYBE would win. I get so upset when I see these armies doing semi-illegal stuff to quote-unquote defend BTS. And even these fake armies think they know how the legal system works and don't. Sending a legal report over something that is not illegal is illegal. You can't submit legal things as an illegal report. You are wasting the time of the lawyers and the people who work in the legal system. That is illegal. Stop doing it. It's an actual problem when these 4-year-olds really think they're doing God's work when they're making the fandom look immature and stupid. Anyone who understands how the legal system works looks at these reports and is like, what? HYBE's legal team has so much more important things to worry about, and even possibly with the enlistment, there's so much they might have to do to make sure everything is okay. And I mean, they have to figure out the licensing for the music and stuff they haven't put out yet. Let them worry about that. Stop sending these reports. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your thoughts are. Leave it in the comment section down below. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'm featuring this comment right here. Thank you so much for leaving your comments. And as always, I do have a Patreon if you want to go over there and check that out. I have a lot of videos over there that I can't really post on here. Just due to copyright or getting taken down over there, so I do keep it over there on my Patreon. We have videos over there like music video reactions, performance reactions, ship reactions. You can even request things you'd like to see. Currently, we have over 400 videos that are already up on there that you have access to the moment you sign up. So if you're interested in being a part of that, as well as interacting and having fun over there as well, link is in the top description down below. There's also a video over there that kind of goes over how you can support this channel even more if you would like to do that. The video's on the front page and it's free to watch. With that said, there's 2 videos that will appear up on screen at the end of this video, so click on one of those. I'll see you over there. Bye.